We know what's happening and that Clutch is responsible for that smear campaign against Kobe Bryant. It's disgusting and shameful. LeBron James, he is a despicable human for constantly tearing down the legacies of those who are no longer with us. They deserve to be remembered, but LeBron James wants to erase them because he doesn't measure up to their standard. He doesn't cut the mustard. We know that. I want to share the Bleacher Report's article with you where they're doubling down on this nonsense. I want you guys to see this because it's crazy as hell. So here it is, guys. Why Kobe Bryant isn't a top 10 player in Bleacher Report's all-time NBA rankings. They felt the need to double and triple down on this 2 days ago. So Bleacher Report released its updated list. Hold on, let me make sure that I'm sharing the screen with you. There we go. Okay, so I'm sure you guys can see that. Let me blow this up for you guys to be a little bigger. Alrighty, so you guys should be able to see this. Like I said, why Kobe Bryant isn't a top 10 player in Bleacher Report's all-time NBA rankings. Okay. Bleacher Report released its updated list of the 100 greatest players in NBA history this week, which was voted on by a panel of experts, writers, and editors. To no one's surprise, the placement of several legends are causing quite a stir all over the internet. Perhaps most shocking to some is Kobe Bryant's spot. He finished 11th in the exercise, with one voter having him all the way down at number 18. His former teammate Shaquille O'Neal described the rank as criminal. You guys see this list? Look at who they have 10 spots above Kobe. Steph Curry, Wilt, Bird, Duncan, Shaq, Russell, Magic, Kareem, LeBron. Absolutely insane. Shaq tweeted it. Kobe at 11 is criminal. For many NBA fans, seeing Kobe outside the top 10 is unfathomable. So we're here to provide more context to help you understand why Kobe didn't make the cut. Peak versus longevity. Okay, sounds like bought and paid for by who else? Clutch Sports. Longevity was never a thing. We never talked about this prior to LeBron James. That never happened. Ever. Peak versus longevity? So you can just be the longest movie ever and be the worst movie, and that's totally fine. So as long as you're the longest movie, then you're ranked number 2 next to Michael Jordan. The Titanic was a really, really long movie, but I wouldn't call it the best movie I ever saw. It was really long. Not the best. So Kobe is 4th all-time in career points, regular and postseason combined, tied for 2nd in total All-NBA nods, 3rd in total All-Star selections, and 3rd in total 40-point games, including the playoffs. There is no question that for most of 2 decades, he was among the very best players in the world. But among the best and the best are 2 different things. Kobe never led the league in box plus minus or player efficiency rating. He only secured 1 MVP win, is outside the top 10 in career MVP shares. For most of his career, Kobe wasn't wearing the NBA's best player championship belt. His teammate, Shaquille O'Neal, held the honor early on in his career. For a while, it was probably Tim Duncan. Eventually, LeBron James came along, snagged the belt, and didn't let it go for several years. Stephen Curry may have even grabbed it before Kobe retired. Meanwhile, the players above him in the top 100, which includes everyone named in the preceding paragraph, all had multi-year peaks in which they were clearly holding the belt. The lone exception may be Wilt Chamberlain, who had Bill Russell to contend with. Shaq was the three-peats alpha. Now, guys, just going back to this, I don't even understand what the hell they just said. That was a whole word salad of nonsense. box plus minus and player efficiency rating was never something that was brought up about Michael Jordan. Is it something that is of note? Yes, but it's not. They didn't say that he couldn't be in the top 10 because of it. That's bullshit. And then they're going to throw in this narrative of the bus driver shit? The Bleacher Report? Really? How dare you? Shaq was the three-peats alpha. These are all narratives that was created by Clutch Sports. It's tough to find NBA championship teams without multiple bona fide superstars. Michael Jordan had Scottie Pippen. Magic Johnson had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Larry Bird had Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish. Tim Duncan first had David Robinson and later won titles with Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, and Kawhi Leonard. Stephen Curry shared the floor with Kevin Durant for 2 of his 4 titles. You get the picture. But the first name in each of the combinations above, including Curry's, clearly topped the hierarchy within each title-winning team. While Kobe was that player for his pair of championships with Paul Gasol, 2008 and 2009 and 2010, he was the clear number 2 to the 6th best player of all time in 1999, 2000, 2001, 2002. During these 3 postseasons, Shaq was the Lakers' runaway leader in wins over a replacement player. The cumulative version of box plus minus, points, rebounds, blocks, minutes, and raw plus minus. Had Kobe not landed in LA to start his career alongside O'Neal, there's no telling how many championships he'd have today. Winning the first 3 may have lit the fire that led to the next 2. With the 5 rings being such an important part of the Kobe mythology, it's fair to analyze who deserves the most credit for the Lakers' early 2000s three-peat. I think that this point is just absolutely disgusting for Bleacher Report to speculate and make a comment like that, that if Kobe Bryant was never with the Lakers, that he might not have ever won. And they're saying that like Kobe's career is a myth. I mean, did LeBron James write this article himself? 3/4 of a century of NBA history. That's their third reason. The first NBA campaign started in 1946. It wasn't even called the NBA then. In the nearly 8 decades that the league has existed, thousands upon thousands of the absolute best basketball players in the world have filtered through. Those who cracked Bleacher Report's top 10 combined absurd production with a best in the world peak that lasted a few years in most cases. A laundry list of accolades. Multiple championships. They also had something or things that separated them from Kobe, although that wasn't a specific criterion. Michael Jordan won 5 MVPs and 6 final MVPs. LeBron James cushioned himself between second place in the all-time scoring ladder is starting to look laughable. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is a 6-time MVP and 6-time champion. Magic Johnson has 3 MVPs, 3 finals MVPs, and the highest career assist average of all time. Bill Russell won 11 titles during the league's formative years. Shaq was the best player on Kobe's most famous teams. Tim Duncan has 3 finals MVPs, 2 MVPs, and 15 all-defensive nods. Larry Bird won 3 MVPs in a row, finished top 3 in MVP voting 8 years in a row, helped save the NBA in the 1980s, and was a pioneer for point forwards. Wilt Chamberlain averaged 30 points for his career, won 4 MVPs, and averaged 50 points in the 1961-62 season alone. I guess that didn't exist, though, right? LeBron James says that didn't exist. And Stephen Curry is the greatest shooter of all time. As it turns out, being the best at basketball's most important skill is pretty important. Kobe has his own stellar individual resume, of course, but it's nearly impossible to overcome nearly 80 years of professional sports history, although he almost did. This makes no sense for Stephen Curry to be above Kobe Bryant when Stephen Curry was linked up with Kevin Durant for 2 of his 4 titles. I mean, Bleacher Report is disgusting. Curry and LeBron, that's just a reason why Kobe Bryant is not a top 10? Because they've outlasted him? That's their reason. Top 11 is no slight, but they had to come out and make an article denigrating him. They're completely blasting him and saying everything that he didn't do well. Someone who's not alive. When have we ever seen anything like this? Never. We don't see smear campaigns like this against players who are no longer here, who are dead. It's disgusting, guys. Absolutely disgusting. Top 11 is no slight. While there is plenty of understandable outrage over Kobe just missing out on the top 10 of our all-time rankings, finishing 11 shouldn't be considered a slight. Go check out the careers of the players who finished ahead of them. They're absurd. Look at the careers of some of the players behind him. Nikola Jokic and Giannis Antetokounmpo unquestionably have better numbers. Kevin Durant, though his legacy has taken some lumps since he left the Golden State Warriors, has a resume that stacks up favorably to Kobe's. Older fans surely have cases for legends like Oscar Robertson or Jerry West to be in the top 10. The talent and accomplishment level of everyone in this list is immense. All over it, margins are razor thin. For Kobe to miss the top 10 by one spot shouldn't be considered anywhere near an indictment on his career. On the contrary, being considered one of the 11 best players in NBA history is a remarkable achievement for one of the league's truly iconic talents. Okay, guys, I'm floored and I'm disgusted by the Bleacher Report, mainly because for them to have to qualify their opinions in this way, I've never seen an outlet need to do that. Stand on business, put the article out and just stand on it. You don't have to come out and then explain. That doesn't make much sense. Now, does it? What that says to me is you're working for Clutch. Rich Paul, Clutch Sports, they might as well have written this article. They are on the run. They are literally, their backs are that much up against the wall. They are so pressed about their legacy that, I mean, they have to literally create a smear campaign for a man that's in the grave, that's 6 feet under. They created a media campaign for Kobe Bryant, somebody who's no longer with us. They're a disgrace. And I mean, look, Olden P, he called Jeff Teague a bum, right? He called him a bum. It's a bum mindset. Not that they were bum players, right? The Gilbert Arenases, the Jeff Teagues, the guys that come out and say that Kobe was a bus driver. I mean, that he wasn't the bus driver, that it was Shaq, that, he had a worse rookie season than Bronny. These are the things that people are coming out to say. He couldn't defend. I mean, listen to what Jeff Teague had to say. I'll play it for you guys again. He said that Kobe Bryant really wasn't defending like that. Here's what he had to say about his defense.
I'm gonna tell y'all something about all defensive teams. If you made it once or twice, 3 times, they just start putting you on there. 12 times all defensive team. I played Kobe, bro. He wasn't guarding like that.
Kobe was taking his matchup serious some nights.
So you think Kobe Bryant, who's shooting 40 shots, is going out here and playing?
When it was crunch time.
He's a competitor for sure. He was competitive, but that don't mean he was locking up. That's why they had Metal World Peace.
9 time first team. I guarded somebody.
I'm not saying he can't guard, but to make 12 all defensive teams,
They just said fucking pre-Kobe.
it's a persona. Like the first couple times he made it, like he lock up. After that, bro, he wasn't guarding like that, bro.
Looks like he was guarding LeBron to me. Looked like he had him tortured. He was absolutely annihilating LeBron in that All-Star game. That was the last time that the All-Star game was competitive, and it had to change because LeBron James was crying. He was embarrassed. He got embarrassed by Kobe Bryant, the Mamba. The Mamba embarrassed the chosen one, who, of course, didn't want to compete as per usual. You guys remember the video that I played that I got blocked for? Clutch Sports ran in the room and got me blocked. Right? They didn't like that video. They didn't like those 6 minutes of torture that Kobe Bryant put LeBron James through. Look at him. He looks like he's crying. Kobe Bryant was having so much fun torturing LeBron, just fighting through screens to block his shots over and over again. Literally. He was saying, get this clown off the court. That's what he was saying. Get him out of here. This ain't the GOAT. Of course MJ is going to pick me over LeBron. Of course 5 is better than 1. Hello. 5 is definitely better than 1, guys. Don't forget. And don't forget this picture right here, this snapshot for all of you LeBron James, jockstrap sniffers, for everybody that's part of the 4 and 6 kingdom. This is what Kobe Bryant did to LeBron James in the All-Star game. He couldn't get a shot off. He couldn't score. Then after this moment, after this embarrassing moment, All-Star has never been competitive again. LeBron James didn't want to be exposed. He didn't want us to see him for who he truly is. We know what kind of guy he is. We know he's going to the Balco lab. We know he's not efficient. Look at that. That's efficiency? I don't think so. We know he's a flopper. Look at him. Look at him peeking at the ref to see if the ref is going to give him the call. Look at him. We know he likes to fake MCL injuries. We know he likes to check his stats during the game. We know that. And we know he can't go to New York City, guys. We know that.
And I want my damn respect too.
Get out of here, LeBron. Go back to LA. I'm from New York. Boo! 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 LeBron! LeBron! You never beat Jordan. You never beat Jordan, my Oh, Kobe. You from Kobe. You from Get out of here.
Well, let's just take a look at this one more time, guys. Get out of here, LeBron. You'll never be Jordan. You'll never be Kobe. LeBum. Man, oh man. I mean, sports media, right? What they report, right? The environment and the landscape of sports media, that continues to evolve and change, right? We see what's happening in television and how they're coming on into the YouTube space, right? We see Stephen A. Smith. He's trying to take over YouTube and content creation spaces. We're seeing so much more of that. And, we're seeing a huge shift in sports media. And we've seen ESPN, Fox. We've seen a variety of shows on these networks, right? And when folks get fired, it definitely sends a shock wave throughout the sports world. Recently, there were a bunch of firings on Fox. FS1, there were a slew of firings, show cancellations, 3 shows. They just did like a sweeping cancel of, I believe it was Speak, Breakfast Ball, and what was the other one? Emmanuel Acho's show. I think it was The Facility. So those 3 shows have been canceled in wake of huge sexual allegations and lawsuits that have occurred at Fox. And it's been really, really a daunting time, I think, for Fox, where they just they had to let that situation play out. They couldn't immediately likely fire a Joy Taylor right away. The allegations against her, they were awful.